What is up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's David Hanlon, aka the Laptop Legend, and today I'm going to be discussing some of the products that I think you guys should sell in September and talk about exactly what my thought process is and in terms of why I think those are good products. Because a lot of you guys, you don't know what products to sell, and in my opinion, products are the most important part of e-commerce, dropshipping, Shopify, etc. So you got to get the products right, and ultimately, it's important to capitalize on the trends in these, seasonal demands. I like to sell evergreen products, but I also like to capitalize on these stores that you can make for a certain time of the season. So I'm going to be talking about that in this video, and hopefully you guys enjoy. Also, just so you know, normally my videos are more higher quality than this, but I figured, I would rather do more content more frequently for you guys than just have a great video every 2 weeks, because it really takes a long time to make high quality videos like that. So hopefully if I do, more informal videos like this, I can give you guys more valuable content that can help increase the amount of money that you can earn online, and hopefully provide you with some extra income, financial freedom in these times when it might be difficult to get a normal job that pays you as much as you'd like. All right, so getting into these products, how exactly do I do it, and what is my thought process? So there's three main things that I like to think about when I do it, and it comes down to this. Number one is Google Trends. And Google Trends, most of you guys probably know what this is already, but if you don't, basically Google, the search engine, keeps track of all of the search topics, and you can look it up and see what types of things are trending. But what's cool about it is they actually have a way where you can search not only based on the Google search trends, but on the Google shopping trends, and that is what I care about personally. So that's number one. Number two, I like to use my intuition. If I spell that right, yeah, my intuition. And this is basically just thinking about the upcoming season, the upcoming months, what exactly is going to be happening, and what are people going to be buying in that time. So specifically for the fall season coming up, September going into October, what exactly are people going to be interested in? Well, what happens during the fall season? Well, the weather starts to get colder, people start to go back to school, and you start to have those holidays coming up. So Halloween would be probably the first one in there. So just be thinking about that. And then the last thing that I like to do is I like to comb through AliExpress. And there's certain softwares that you can use to help you with this. My personal favorite is called Ecom Whiz. It's Ecom Whiz with two Z's. And they have a lot of ways to sort through AliExpress and basically help you figure out what the products that are gaining momentum on AliExpress are. So I'll put that down there. Ecom Whiz. And between the three of these things, between my intuition, Google Trends, and Ecom Whiz, I generally get a very good idea of the products that are going to be taking off in the upcoming season. And with that, I'm really able to capitalize on the, increasing demands and build these extra stores that can get a quick pop of income, in addition to, as I mentioned, the evergreen stores that are products that people are always buying no matter what time of year it is. For the purpose of this brainstorming session, I think I'm going to go ahead and start with number two, intuition, just so we can get all the ideas on the paper about what I think would be a good fit for the upcoming season, and then see how the actual data reflects that. So we'll get rid of that, and let's go back in and think about what the main things are. So the main things for the fall season are the fact that the weather's getting cold and people are going back to school. And specifically in terms of the school thing, we need to remember that a lot of people are actually not going back to school this time of this year, because a lot of people are going to be doing online school from home. So that's another thing we have to take into consideration. There's definitely a lot of people who are going back to school, but there's also a lot of people who are doing school from home. So we need to think about what types of products would they be interested in if they're doing school from home. And it might not just be something they're interested in, but it could be something that a parent is interested in buying for a kid who is studying at home. So again, we got to think about all that stuff. So I'd say, honestly, anything probably related to desks, health supplies, anything related to, let's see, like data in terms of transferring, like USBs. I would say USBs might be big. Going back to school, maybe flash drives. Let's see, what else? Again, you just sit here and you rack your brain and you think about all the things that someone might be needing. So if I were studying at home, what would I need? might get a new computer. You're probably not going to sell computers, but you might be able to sell computer cases. That could be a good one. You could sell headphones. If people are, watching Zoom calls online and they don't want to annoy their parents, that could be a big one. And you could market it like that too. Let's see. What else would they want? Again, back to school is always a good time for backpacks. That's not how you spell that. Backpacks. I sold a lot of backpacks. I can actually show you guys some examples of that. I will throw it right up there. Yeah, so you guys can hopefully see here. This is one of my... Oh, it's flipped. This is one of my stores, and you can see here that one of these backpacks sold like 685 units, and they sold for, I think, $49.99 plus $5.99 shipping. Let me do the math on that real quick for you guys. Yeah, so that's like $38,000 just from this one backpack, and you can sell a lot of backpacks. I've sold a lot of backpacks, so it's definitely a good idea for a product to sell. Here's what the product page looks like, just in case you guys wanted to see it. Yeah, it's a very eye-catching backpack, so I recommend selling products, and I talk about this in my video where I reveal a lot of my winning products, but I recommend selling products that are very eye-catching because you have to interrupt people's pattern when they're scrolling through Facebook or Instagram or wherever you might happen to be advertising. So if it really grabs someone's attention, you have a lot better chance of being able to advertise that product profitably. Let's just start with that for the school supplies, and let's move on to getting colder weather. When it gets to colder weather, that's a good time to start selling things like leggings, jackets, windbreakers, sweaters, boots. You can sell all these things. I've sold every single one of those things that I have on there, and I made a good amount of money from them. So now is getting back in the time where you can do that. And then the last thing I would say would be Halloween type products. So you can sell costumes, you can sell like scare gadgets maybe. I know I've seen some of those on there. Decorations. You could probably sell that mask that gets sold pretty much every Halloween. The purge mask. And the reason I'm putting some of these Halloween products in here now, even though it's for September, is just because with the shipping times, you want to make sure that if you're selling stuff that's for a holiday, you want to make sure it gets there in time for the holiday. So if you're selling stuff like late October for Halloween, it's probably not going to get there on time. So you can run like Halloween-based sales in September. And I don't know if you guys follow any of those big Halloween pop-up stores that actually are like retailers. They have actual physical buildings, but a lot of those guys appear way before Halloween, and they appear in enough time to give you plenty of time to think about what costume you're going to buy. So like they take advantage of more than just October for Halloween stuff, and they've been around for a while, so I recommend copying what has been successful for them. All right, so I actually just thought of another one for the school. You can actually put down Tupperware, just because a lot of people who are going to school or going to work are going to be taking lunches, especially at this coronavirus time. So we want to put that down too, just because it's another thing that could definitely be big. And I've seen those products on AliExpress, so definitely worth putting down. So now to go into Google Trends, exactly where I go, how I use it. What I do is I go click on this little sidebar, I hit Explore, and since I'm selling mainly in the US right now, I go to USA. All right, I guess United States. They're gonna make me type it all out. I like to go to the past 30 days just because less than that, it won't let you look at any of this stuff. You can see, won't let you. So you have to go to 30 days. And once you're here, you can go to not web search, like I said, but Google Shopping. And that is what we want. And you can see here, oh, wow, that's another good one. See, this is why it's a good idea to do. So anything in terms of electricity right now could honestly be a great one, just because I know there's been a lot of hurricanes that have been happening recently. There was a really big one, and it's still hurricane season, I think, through November, all on the South Coast. So you definitely could sell stuff. If you can't sell generator, you could sell battery backups. You could sell phone charging batteries, all that stuff. So that's another one that I'm not sure where we should put that. Maybe just put it down at the bottom here. Battery related items, generator. Let's put that down there too. Desks, yep. So there's like those bed desks. I don't know if you guys have seen those before, but that's definitely gonna be bigger now, especially with students studying at home. Office chairs. If you can find a good chair supplier, it's definitely worth looking into. Chairs are a little harder to ship from China, obviously, but you might be able to find a good U.S. supplier for that. Halloween already popping off, even though it's still just August when I'm making this video, the end of August. Costumes, again, more Halloween stuff. School and computer. So yeah, a lot of people are buying computers, and you're gonna want to look into the cases for that. So that's definitely what we're looking for. You can also refine the category a little more, if you want to have arts and entertainment. Halloween, yeah, I guess you would have to be very specific in this. Business and industrial, see if there's anything good in there. You can just scroll through these. School, floor fans. I mean, maybe fans, yeah, I could see that. If you want to sell fans, people get hot if they're studying at home. Like, all these things you might not think of gets proven to you by the data of Google, and that's so nice that we have this available at our fingertips to be able to reference. All right, and now I'm going to show you guys exactly how I use Ecom Whiz to go based off the data that we've already gathered from Google, as well as just brainstorming sessions, and really take this and find good products that we can test. I'm going to move myself right from here to this other corner just so I don't block something that I'll need down there. But yeah, so basically the way that I use this is I like to go based on a few different factors. I like to go based off of the growth, and I like to go based off of the daily sales. And there's a lot of ways that you can adjust this data to make it more useful for you. But just to give you an idea, let's go based off of growth. And there's a lot of filters you can show. So I recommend having at least, let's say, 100 orders to make sure that it's not growing from 1 sale to 3 sales, because that's that's a, what is that, 200% growth. But it's not really relevant to us. So we want to make sure that there's at least 100 sales in there, and we can go based on the last 4 days, which really makes sure that it's popping off recently. We can do a week if we want. But yeah, let's go 4 days. I would say let's go 4 days. In this case, you can see we got some makeup stuff, which would make sense for back to school. I think makeup is just always growing. Makeup is one of those evergreen niches because people are always wanting to look good. But it might be especially prevalent during the times when people are going back to school. They want to make sure they look good for school, etc. Yeah, these accessories like this, definitely something that people wear. If we keep going down, yep. You can see here, we got a flash drive, a USB drive, because again, like anyone who's going to school, they need to, especially in this digital age, they need to be able to, transfer projects, PowerPoints, whatever it might be, between their computer and the teacher's computer if they're giving a presentation, etc. So these sell really well, especially right now. And if you can find a unique looking flash drive, that's where you're gonna be able to sell even more. I had a specific flash drive. I can't give away the actual product to you guys, but I sold a lot of those. So you can find unique looking flash drives. Definitely good. We also got a sweater here. Again, getting into the colder weather, it's definitely gonna be something that happens. Let's keep going a little bit down. Yeah, so this is why I moved my head. Get a little more products on this page. Let's see what we can find. I like their little wizard that shows up. Makes me feel magical. Let's see. Some more jackets coming in. Flash drives. That makes sense. I guess fishing hooks. People are still at the end of the summer, in the fall, definitely less hot. People might, take more hikes, might do more fishing. So it's something I didn't even think of, but definitely this stuff is trending upwards. You can see the amount of orders it got is going up significantly. Cooling towels, yep, more flash drives. Pretty crazy. There's some kid stuff in there. So what I like to do, you can see, yep, you can see these warm leggings, which are like fleece on the inside. That would be a really good product to sell. Definitely would recommend doing that. What I like to do personally is I like to narrow it down by niche, because I find that is a little bit more helpful for me, and that's the best way to use this. So you can narrow it down a lot more. If you want to switch it up, go by daily sales instead of go by growth. You could do that. You could say And here you can see the biggest products on AliExpress right now, which is just kind of cool. You can see this one got, 1,500, 2,000 orders, pretty crazy. So those do really well. But yeah, again, what I like to do is I like to go in here and you can narrow it down by specific categories. So say you wanted to go by women's fashion and you wanted to go by growth, and you need to have at least 100 orders. This allows you to do all of that stuff, and here you can really get a good idea of the type of fashion products. Again, windbreakers, jackets, sweaters, warm leggings, jackets, sweaters. I feel like a broken record here. Yeah, I mean, jeans. I guess jeans are probably big in the fall. People are not going to be wearing as many shorts. I didn't think of that. Sweaters, lots of sweaters. I have no idea what that is. Looks like a bunny. Again, these warm leggings on the inside, more sweaters. We got beanies. So just be prepared for that. If you're gonna do a clothing store, make sure you get the sizing right. I have some videos that talk about the mistakes that I made, and sizing was one of the big ones. I also talk about that in the video where I show some of my big winning products. One of them was actually a jacket that I sold over $100,000 worth of. So I definitely recommend checking that out if you want. I'll try to put a link here, maybe at the end of the video. If not, just go to my channel and I'm sure you'll be able to find it. Here's another 2 products that I think could be absolute killers. This one specifically is the home camera, and if you go, I guess I don't want to open the image there. I want to, view product, there we go. I want to view product in new window. Again, I really like that wizard. He's chilling. So you can see, looks like someone ordered a bulk order that, probably in bulk because they're selling it in bulk. But if we go to the original product on AliExpress, and it's super easy to do that, you can see has great reviews, over 15,000 orders. And if you think about it, this is something that I didn't come up with when I was brainstorming, but honestly, like, I have friends who they have to go to work still and their kids can't go to school. So how are they going to keep an eye on their kids? Well, they're going to get a camera. They're going to put it up in their house, where their kids are working, and then they're going to go to work, but they're going to keep an eye on their kids, on their phone, and make sure that everything's okay with them. If the kids can't go into school physically, but the parents still have to go to work. So products like this are a really good idea. I think this has a very high perceived value. People would pay, especially if it's Wi-Fi enabled and they can, see from anywhere. I would say they would pay, $150 for this, or at least $100, maybe $200. You can test different price ranges, look up competitors and see exactly what it's doing. But I definitely think that product is, worth looking into. And another thing you can do is you can actually go into Shopify products. So you can look up home camera and see what we find. And the great thing about Ecom is it actually scrapes all of, not all of, but a lot of different Shopify stores, and you can see all of these different things. Sort by, I'm not sure which the best one is, but you can scroll down here and find a lot of different places where they're selling similar products, and you can see the pricing that they're using, and basically figure out what exactly people are willing to pay. And I don't always base my pricing off of what other people do, because most people honestly suck at dropshipping, and if you're following people who aren't succeeding, then you're gonna not succeed just like they don't. So I recommend using this just as like a reference point. Definitely still go based off of what your gut feeling is and what you really think people would be willing to pay for products such as this. But ultimately that comes down to how you portray your site and whether or not your site is spammy, or whether you have a really good site that's clean and adds high perceived value to every single product that you sell. Because if you have a spammy dropshipping site, no one's going to be willing to pay a lot for a camera from you. But if you have a very classy, high technology, top of the industry site, then people are going to be like, wow, this is a great product. I'm willing to pay, a couple $100 for this product to keep my kids safe. Yeah, and this was the other thing I was talking about. So again, Tupperware is going to be a big thing, especially with everyone going back to work, going back to school. So this is one of the examples. If I go to view product here, view in a new window, you can see that this is trending up you know, pretty well. I mean, it started off, I guess that's when they re-uploaded this product, but I mean, it's getting a lot of sales, and I know my mom personally uses these. You can put them over pretty much anything, and they're pretty much, they're pretty tight, pretty waterproof. And I'm sure this store, if you go to this store specifically, you can view the original product. I'm sure this store has a lot of different items that you could sell. Like my mom 100% has these in the fridge. If you scroll down, you can go and click on their store. Oh shoot, that's the wrong thing. I'm tripping. You can click on, yeah, there it is. Click on their store and see the top selling items that they have. Probably have a lot of good stuff. Yeah, I mean they've got all this Tupperware stuff. They've got a lot of kitchen gadgets actually. That if you got a kitchen-based niche store, you could definitely look into this. Anyways, guys, I just want to reiterate, these are the products that I recommend selling during this upcoming season. Again, do that 3-step process that I talked about in the beginning of the video, where you sit down, you brainstorm, you go look at Google Trends, and then you go look at the AliExpress trends. Really get a wide breadth of ideas so that you make sure you're not missing any potential winning products. And then you can go and use the strategies that I talk about on my YouTube channel and on my website. And with that, you guys really should be able to build some good stores that can make you some money in this fall season. I'm not sure if I talked about this yet, but if not, Ecom Whiz, I'll put a link to that below. Again, super helpful. Anyways, that's all for today, guys. Really appreciate you watching the video. Hopefully it was helpful, and remember to like, subscribe, and I'll be doing more of these videos. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and until then, let's grow better together. Preguntar, bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.